Join me on my mission to cross Scotland and Great Britain in a completely straight line. My journey will take me over fields and hedges, across great lochs and mighty glens. And although it will be difficult, I have the greatest support crew to help me through it. The hardiest companions, unwavering lifelines, with decades of experience and even some new friends.
Hello.
We're on track. It's 6 AM on Sunday now. As soon as it starts getting light outside, I'm going to head out. Today is a very long day. I'm going to go much further than yesterday. If you haven't seen part 1, definitely check it out first, as it explains my goal and the journey so far. But if you've already watched up to this point, then let me tell you a bit more about the line I've chosen to walk along. It was plotted way back in August of 2021, inspired, of course, by GeoWizard's first straight line attempt across Scotland. At the time, I had no intention of walking the line myself, but instead emailed it to Tom, hoping some local knowledge might help him succeed if he tried again. It had a lot going for it, but I knew GeoDavies would only accept the best of the best, so I did it again. This line goes through not one, but 2 hotels, perfectly spaced along its 50-kilometre length. A day of forests and lochs, a day of fields and rivers, a day of hills, moors and castles. Finishing at last at Old Stirling Bridge, site of the first major Scottish victory in the Wars of Independence, and more importantly, in the tidal Forth estuary.
That technically is coastal.
Tomo Wizard didn't bite. Members of the community began challenging for the Scotland crown. Eventually I was fed up watching. I spent the next few months scouring the coastline for alternative start points, testing my clothing and equipment in the harsh Scottish Highlands,
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers,
and putting to rest any doubts in my mind that this was my only path to victory. Things nearly came together last October, but I had to switch to a backup line for a one-day practice run. It was a learning experience, but a failure, so plans were swiftly put into place for an all-out effort on the original route. Alright, left the cottages and got some water crossings to do. I'll see you later. Bit of climbing maybe. Boat over. And me over. There's the Endrick water. Looks very low actually. It rained, it feels like 40 days and nights before my first attempt. I've got the opposite today, which is great. I don't mind if I do. Thank you, good owner. Very thoughtful for the straight line missioners. The day is off to a fantastic start with a path through the bushes. Last downhill to the water. It's thankfully free of brambles. Once again, the Finchley Hills way on the horizon. A perfect beacon to aim for. Beacon might not be the right word. Perhaps harbinger. Someone's put up some defences. Don't think that's going to stop me. Inflating the kayak up top, I think.
I don't have enough space down there. Lovely. Perfect. And I believe I'm bang online. I've got another one of these crossings to do, so we'll keep the boat and on over the hill. And down the hill. There's my support. Into the river once more. And then that's it for the kayak. Oh dear. What an amateur. Had to paddle back to front. Or left to right. All good?
So far, okay?
So far. Alright, I'm going to chuck this up.
Yeah, okay. Well done.
My body clock woke me up about 20 minutes early. Okay. Now hold on. Stop, stop. I'm over here. And again, the GPS is in that bag,
right.
so if you've taken it over the line, doesn't count.
Well done, Ollie. That was good. How's it
Thank
going?
you. Yeah, but it's been fun so far.
Is this going to be
This is all leaving with you guys.
okay? But you're still within your
Yeah, still going.
what you
25 metres either side.
Okay.
Whew. There's Granda returning the kayak. See you later. Currently equipped with just gloves, some wetsuit boots or boat shoes, and the GPS. And the GoPro. Who needs anything else really? I'm good for food. I was going to pick up lunch at Dovetail.
Yeah, we will, but we've got something else in the meantime.
Yeah, I've got bars and stuff. This one's...
Hands or anything, just
No, I'm good.
sure. Have you got
Yeah.
gloves?
Yep, I've got gloves here.
So that's the main bit, okay. Do you want to put another pair of socks, because you might need them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks.
And you can warm. Oh, it's chilly, isn't it? Did you get,
I've been jogging. I'm good.
did you get wet?
No,
Yeah.
no. I've been doing well.
Well done. No, I thought that would take you a lot longer. Anyways, right,
Alright, thanks guys. I'm gonna head off. Back to proper running rucksack. This is much, much better. That last one was really bulky. Had the air pump, had the oars. That was a bit of a hassle, but I'm now trimmed down and ready to go fast. Right, past this property. They've left some gates open, thank you. That's fantastic. Still nobody. Oh, I was very worried about that one. 50 metres and I'm on the road. And somewhat safe. And I'm on a path. I tried for so long to get the line not through that property because it looked very busy. They've got a lot going on there. For a while I thought they had beehives, but thankfully not. But they had livestock, which were not there. They had a building site or a scrapyard and a lot of cars and what looked like more than one house. It was completely empty. Here's where I get the closest I'm going to get to what I think is a residential property. And I go right past their front door. Those are the Campsie Fells, where Mr. Fieldhouse and his crew bravely scaled cliffs to finish their line. But today I'm hoping to do one better. And if I can get past here, it might just be possible. There's a woodpecker over there. Is it residential? Are they in? Two major questions. I gotta get past. Third question, and the most important one. I'm past, no confrontation yet. They're probably busy counting chickens. And I should not do that. Let's not become complacent. But we're really firing through the sticking points of day 2. And I think I've timed it bloody perfectly. It's 3 minutes to 9 AM. Everyone's either out on their morning rounds, or in church, or still asleep. I'm just waiting for the next problem. I don't know when it's going to come, but I've got to be ready for it. I also passed through a school. Hopefully it's not a boarding school, and it's going to be empty this time of week. This should be the easiest couple of 100 meters of the entire walk. Up there is Glenside Farms and the wonderfully named Haggis Experience. At one point during planning, my line went straight through that building, and I really like the idea of having lunch of haggis in the Haggis Experience Museum. Not for the squeamish. Anyway, it's just gone 9. There were a couple of optional support points that we planned out. Places where a car could stop if it needed to bring me spare socks or extra food or top up batteries if there was an emergency. I've already passed the first one. This is the second, this little inlet by this stone gate. I was meant to be at the first one at 9, and it is 9 now. So I'm now half an hour, 45 minutes ahead of schedule. But I know how fast these things can go wrong. Leaving the road for now, and head this way. And at the other side of the field, what awaits me? Maybe wet feet. Let's get down to it, have a look. If I keep zigzagging, I'll eventually get down to the water. Not the easiest climb, but we're still bang on line. Yeah, I think I could just walk across this. We're good! I am left of lane, so I'm going up this way. Use this tree as an anchor. and I'm past. Fun obstacle. No time to celebrate. Just taking a bit of a rest. I am nearly an hour ahead of schedule, which is brilliant. I've let the support crew know. Hopefully they're able to adjust their timings to make this work. If not, then I might just get a long rest waiting for them. Short break done. Mango consumed. And I think this next area may be the grounds, the very fancy grounds of the school. Yep, school gatehouse. I've never been, so presumably someone does actually live there. And a cat. That farm is definitely active. A lot of noise is coming from there. So let's get across quickly. I am totally meant to be here. If anyone asks, that's where I'm meant to be. Here. Active farm. Stuff going on. Just gotta hope I've timed it correctly. And now I can get onto the road. Let's go over here. Oh, yes. You know, most Sundays I wouldn't even be awake by now. And I've just travelled about 10k already across the Scottish countryside. And it has been incredible. There's that woodpecker. Oh, tell you what, James. Get a load of those beauties. I'm kind of in the middle of the wilderness at the moment, so I might have to eat them to survive. That okay with you? Ugh. Steepest uphill so far. More open gates. I'll take it. Back into nature problems. Ooh, snowdrops. Oh, this is really slimy. Don't even need the GPS at this point. Follow the Finchley Hills. It's my yellow brick road of the trip. Sorry mate, I am crossing the river. I won't bother you if you go off to the side though. They're very agile. And people are less likely to take offence if a deer comes across their field. A new idea, do it in a deer costume. Ah, haha. Tore my knee there a bit. First of the smaller Endrick water crossings. I didn't bring the kayak for this because it is a lot less wide and hopefully no more deep here. There's your Tarantino shot, folks. Although it's a bit of a manky foot right now. These gaiters are also a brilliant addition to a straight line kit. Really would recommend. I'll keep the bag on my back. And off we go. You know, that's actually not too bad. I thought it was going to be a lot colder. Endrick Water, you've been brilliant so far. Please keep it up. Second crossing looks fairly similar to the first. Alright, switch back to boots to tackle this bit. They just keep getting bigger. That's going to be some climb. This looks like it's got something planted in it. Being very naughty right now. Doing a bit of a Theresa May. Trying to follow these furrows where I can. Doing my best not to disturb your crops. Do I need water shoes again for this one? Yes. Yes, let's. Thank you very much, David, for letting me use these shoes, these boat shoes. They've been brilliant. It's quite soothing actually to just let the feet get wet. Right, 20 minutes or so, 18 minutes to get to the dovetail support point. Still an hour ahead of schedule, so I will try to get there. An hour is a nice benchmark and gives us plenty of time to make the long walk across the hills and through the forest at the far end of the hills, which I've been really worried about, given the forests yesterday were so slow to move through. So we're trying to get there a little ahead of schedule. If we can keep an hour, then that would be brilliant, and also means we get to finish before it gets dark. But I'm not holding my breath on that one. It's now 11:05. I've covered in around 4 hours what it took me all of yesterday to do distance-wise. And as we approach the 2/3 mark of the line, we also go right past hotel number 2. Since I initially got in touch with the owners of Hotel 2, they've stopped operating as a B&B because they were expecting the arrival of their second child, which is wonderful. I'm really happy for them, although it has been a minor inconvenience for me. I hope that baby realises what they've put me through. Hotel 2 was unavailable. I decided to push on and try to complete one of the longest individual segments ever attempted on a straight line mission. I did consider again the idea of a 24-hour run. Unfortunately, that challenge is beyond me, but there are a few people who I think could do it. John Alban, obviously, multiple-time ultramarathon, Tough Mudder and Spartan Race world champion. King Chuck, I think, could give it a good go for obvious reasons. And of course, Jesus. These guys would make the dream team of any straight line mission, so long as there wasn't anything to cause friction between them. Anyway, back to the house formerly known as Hotel 2. I've got to stay inside this tree, I think. There's my support crew. Hello. Online. Is the man here?
Yeah, we had a wee chat.
Shall I say hello? I did get to meet the owner and his son, who were lovely,
but they seemed to want to keep to themselves, so to respect their privacy I didn't film our interactions.
Do you want me to put down the camera into here so you can get
Sure, yeah. There were some barbed wire fences, a couple of electric fences. A little slow the last 20 minutes there.
You know, the tip I was given by someone to cross electric fences. Use your rucksack.
Oh yeah.
Put it on it like that.
Didn't think of that.
What's your route then, Ali?
Bang up the hill. Wet boots, dry boots.
Right.
Mm.
I think I may just...
Hello.
one left. I try not to drop it.
The hive is at the next stop.
A picture before you go. Smile.
Bye. I'll see you actually at Dumbarton Road or Stirling. Up into the hills we go. There's my line. Just skirting barely to the left of the cliff you can see at the top. Don't have to worry about any branches or any bushes for many miles after this. I see some old men on the hill. Let's see if we can go and meet them. You can see where I've come from. It doesn't look that far from here. And there is Ben Lomond. And my first attempt was meant to come over the shoulder of the mountain nearest us and across that way. It was not to be. It ended on that mountain. Let's hope that this mountain doesn't finish the run second time around. Let's go! First small climb here, bit of a practice scramble for later. Oh, gorgeous views. What a day. What a day for it. If I don't complete now, that would just be the biggest waste of perfect weather. I'd be doing everyone else an injustice who's tried a straight line in harsher conditions if I didn't make the most of these. I'm doing this for all of you guys. And there's the fun bit. Part 1, just ahead of us. She just don't care. A few more bits of up before it goes flat. My support crew found me again.
Look at the scenery.
After that wall, it's just a dead drop. Hello! Yeah, thank you. And I see the rope fastened there. Look at that. Brilliant.
That wall's, I don't know if you remember, but it's really deceiving because it's all loose. I stayed with him for a bit.
Yeah.
Once you got up to the top.
Yeah, I do remember this. So that's where I've got to go down. Down there. Along. I gathered my strength. As my team readied the equipment and I made my final safety checks, the adrenaline was building and building. So buckle in. This is going to be unlike anything you've seen in a straight line mission before. Easily the most dangerous but exciting parts of the entire route. And I was doing so well. While putting on safety equipment for the climb down, I managed to change the GoPro to photo mode. Why is that even a thing? This is Jack, by the way, a family friend and fellow adventurer who'd spent weeks scouting the cliffs and helping me plan the descent. I really wanted to show you this epic abseil. What would Bobby Fingers do? So I set up a base, using oil-based brick. Added some dirty angles and a little tree. Here I'm using a couple of different building techniques to achieve my slopes. Ooh. Including some illegal ones. You didn't see that. Books to support the plateau, all about straight lines and that. It's not actually connected. Little homage to Wales 3. That's supposed to be me. Cool. I ran out of Lego figures, so my grand has a bottle of whiskey. I think he'd like that. Give him a little hat. And there it is. El Jacketan. But it's really not to scale. See if you can spot me in cat's footage here. Let's wait till I'm in a better position. There. And since I know how tall I am, I can use that to estimate the height of the entire rock face. Around 50 meters at its tallest point. And you know it's a big cliff when the limiting factor is the length of a climbing rope. A Lego minifigure is 4 centimeters tall. I didn't have enough Lego to make the cliff to scale, but if I did, it would look something like this. And now for the action shot. Oh, I really hope I was recording that. Across the valley we go. You can maybe see behind me. So that's where I've just come down. I managed to avoid this when I was planning the line, although I reckon Jack could have got me down that. On this side, no ropes needed. There's a nice grassy slope that I can get up. Another gap between the bad cliffs.
He's running again. I think he's going to go into the stream now.
When I scouted in December, it was not quite jumpable. I had to find a rock to stand on. Today, it is much smaller. Thank you to the straight line gods for everything you've done for me today. Praise Tom and praise Greg. Hallelujah to the wizard. Hello there.
How you doing?
Hello.
Do you want some water?
Yes, please.
Have that, and then
thanks.
there's a tiny stream up there. I'll fill it up if you want more. How are you feeling?
Good. I feel like some of the hardest bits are behind now.
How was the climb?
The down was fine.
Uh-huh.
The up on the other side was...
About this.
I'm going out on that grass ramp there.
That's what.
Yeah. I mean, would you rather I did that or that?
I guess we've already done that bit, so.
I've done the hard bit, now the easy side.
I love the way it's just in a straight line. When he gets to the top of that, is it quite flat?
Yeah, then it should be flat until he gets to the forest. Anything kind of extreme that a normal person would be like, you know what, I'm fine not doing that, is just perfect for Ali apparently. It's the same idea as the double decathlon, I think, just take something normal and make it 100 times worse. It's going up quite quickly.
Yeah. A lot faster than we were going to.
Yeah.
So long, Valley. You were really crazy. Incredible views once again. Can't get enough of this. The Finnich Hills on that side of the valley are done. And now comes the longer stretch. The Garganic Hills.
Off he goes.
Off into the mirror.
There's a lot of hill ahead of me. The key is just keep moving. And be really, really grateful for the weather. King of biscuits. Or maybe the emperor. I started to feel my neck getting sunburned. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, and round, and round, and round. Where do they can see me? It's quite low flying. That's what I've just done. You can even still see the Finnich Hills where I initially climbed up. It does look quite far away now. I've been able to see them for maybe 80% of my journey. I'm finally saying goodbye. It's downhill now, and just over the lip of the hill here, I think I can start to see Stirling. Stirling is where I meet the tidal 4th estuary, where I've chosen to end. And if anybody has an issue with that,
I know it looks ridiculous, but that is the coast.
bonny banks and by yon bonny braes. I'll be in Stirling before you. Let me and my north boundary never meet again until I have swum in the North Sea or estuary therein. I love cresting hills. It's always such an exciting moment, and that was a really good one. Just in the distance, the Stirling Castle, which I'll be getting very close to indeed. There's the fine line sweeping coming in handy. I didn't want to have to deal with that in the middle of nowhere. Part of me is glad that the ground is about to get flatter. Another part of me is sad to leave my mountain paradise and go back to a world that has people and fences. I might just stay here one moment longer, just appreciate what I've done so far.
A few moments later.
4:24. Let's get a move on. I'm going to try to get to the big road before the Scotland Six Nations game finishes. Might be a little quieter before then. You know, this forest might not be so bad. Looks like quite a nice bridge. Shame. I definitely can't use that. Gotta head off this way. I need to be going there. Let's go right a bit. I'm slightly left of line already. Easy peasy. And back up the slope. The sun sets for me now. I think I've got about 90 minutes left of daylight. But it's starting to dip below the hills. I can do that. Might be a little tricky, but I'll find a way up. So that's bang on line. I could try that. That looks a lot easier. There's sort of steps up. And it can't be too far off. Let's get a bit closer. Yeah, this is actually slightly right of line. So I'm going to head up this side. Don't think there's any better way. Got a good foot. Oh, that's a good hand. Found the sun again. Line-wise, absolutely perfect. This is what I hoped the other forests were going to be like. Not the best, but pretty quick to move through. More mushrooms for James. Starting to open up again. Well, I can see open land on the other side. Can't be much further. Oh, fun times, fun times. Oh, sliding, sliding. Ugh. My support crew are already at the next stop point. When I was on top of that cliff, I did see them, I think, in the distance briefly. Boggy, boggy, boggy. Oh, very boggy. See if I can go around this. Yeah, I should be able to. Right. Oh dear. This isn't going to be fun. I think I'm just going to dive in. I think this is going to be a hood up time, which means GoPro off. I'll see you on the other side.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
That might have been the toughest patch of bushes that I've had to get through so far. And I didn't even have a boat with me. Through the village of Tuch and to the road. The Tuch burn. I think I can jump it. Beautiful. Nice soft landing as well. There's the support car. A bit busy. Oh my god, as soon after I texted you, I just got hit by thick rhododendrons, thick something else.
You okay in the middle of the line here?
Yeah. Thanks guys.
Be careful.
Final support point.
Good luck.
And delivery of high-vis road gear.
Jelly babies.
See ya. I'll do my best. Across the fields and hopefully victory. One of my last big obstacles is this road. Backup tactic was use this stream, which is culverted by a tunnel under the road, and pop out the other side. But it would be about a 40-metre deviation. For now, I'll see if I can continue on Platinum. My crew have supplied me with this high-vis jacket for getting across the motorway. Not really for my benefit, but more for the motorists. So they are less likely to get worried or panic if they see me waiting in the middle of the lanes. I am prepared to wait here for hours if it comes to it, for a gap. That's not enough space. I promised my mummy I'd be careful. Not enough space. And there's a gap. I'm working on the motorway. I wonder if they believe that. Oh look, someone has been working on the motorway. Still no gaps. I've got to wait until I can basically not see any cars coming around that corner. Maybe now. There we go. Beautiful, I can stroll across. Not a care in the world. And it's off with the high-vis, because I want to go incognito now. Towards Stirling Castle. It's just gone 6 PM. The light is starting to die. That's one thing that would make me give up. I had the perfect sunset and could just sit and look at it for hours until all my batteries died and I couldn't record the GPS track anymore. I'll just accept I'll be finishing in the dark, I think. I get the chance to crest one last tiny hill before Stirling. I get the impression this one's man-made. I saw them on the maps and I had no idea what they were. Can anyone who knows please tell me? I'm quite curious about that. Hello support crew! These guys, can't get rid of them.
I'll probably maybe go to the end because I don't.
Why don't we go to the end and come out to meet you? Kat will tell us the line, we'll come out to meet you.
Great. Alright, I'll see you guys hopefully at the finish in one piece.
Don't break a leg.
Don't run me over. Right, I need to cut down here somewhere. I'm going to start heading up to the road now. Cut slightly sideways. In the interest of speed, sacrifice a bit more distance from the line. Bit of a wall to get up. I'm going to need to climb up somewhere. I don't trust that. I'm going to go down and then try and get back up later. The old castle defences now getting in my way. There's the road. Oh, quite high above Stirling suddenly. I can walk along this for quite a bit now. And into the final, really tough bit, I think. What's slightly concerning is I've got to get down the other side of this at some point. At least I'll be lit by the city. There's some people that's all around. Alright.
It was a young couple on the bench near the top of the hill. I realised that a large man coming out of the dark forest and speaking to himself was probably unsettling enough, so I decided to turn the camera off again.
Lovely people. So there might be a path down here and wish me luck. And there's a path. So far could be worse. Not much of this you can see, it might be too dark now. One final stretch before I hit the road, and then it's plain sailing to the end, I think. I see it. I see my finish point already. Between the two bridges, between New and Old Stirling Bridge. Hello!
You have to go down this road.
Through here. And from there... Yeah. That's fine, I'll just jump that. It was a little tough.
That's it. No. Where did you go now? Over there.
Yep. I think it's a car park for a building site.
Oh.
And then to the river.
We'll see you down at the other side then.
Yeah.
If we can walk around the
All good.
Around that.
Hey.
Okay, see you later.
See ya. Oh, I can taste it. And it tastes salty. Oh, I see it. I see the water. Yes. Yes. Come on, come on, come on. Old Stirling Bridge on the left. Come to join me for the last few meters?
That smells of sewage, so I wouldn't taste the water.
I might not taste it. I want to touch the water. Yep.
Congratulations. Give me a handshake. That could be better. Well done. Seriously. Never thought that would happen, to be honest.
And that's it. Scotland Platinum. That max deviation was hiding from the forestry workers on day one. I'll leave you with some finish line photos, a couple of stats, and the promise of more adventures to come, including a brand new take on this sort of challenge scheduled for the end of the year. I'll see you next time.
Straight line back.